If you're seeing this message, this video right now, this is your transformative messages, a timeless reading that's about to happen in your life. Welcome to A Girl Like Cats in the World, where intuition meets inspiration, and we're doing the transformative reading for our Scorpio, Rise, and Shiners. And as always, we're going to begin with career reading, followed by love reading, and then life reading. All right. So for you guys who would like to check on your sun, moon, and rising signs, you can go ahead and check my description box. I do have a link that's free to use, and that will help you to find out your sun, moon, and rising signs. You can watch the videos for your other signs, allotted for your other signs. All right. So our Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, we are now starting off with your career reading. Again, this is a transformative reading that's meant to find you from your spirit guides. It's a timeless reading, also a collective reading. So just take how it resonates. Starting with your career reading, this would be, again, like what I said in my previous reading as well. It would truly resonate to those of you who are trying to make some changes when it comes to your career, starting a new one. It's going to be a great start for you, and you seeing this video means that your spirit guides would like to give you some guidance in case you are having some trouble finding out exactly what you are going to start off, like whether it's career or business. Just need to make some movements with my camera to make sure things are visibly seen for you guys. Okay, there you go. And of course, I'm going to get some guidance as to what his transformative message is all about. So, Spirit Guides, what transformative messages do we have for our Scorpio collective, for Scorpio rising, moon, and sun signs? Oop, got two that fell. Plant yourself here and the thorn. All right. So to get on with your career reading, I can definitely say that some of you, again, this would be very specific. You guys are either heading towards your licensure if you are someone who took up teaching. So you would either work with young people, you would share your passion when it comes to teaching, and regardless of the subject, it doesn't really matter. But the point being is that you are going to dive right in. There's just something inside you that's pulling you towards teaching. It might have been something you would want to do for, growing up, but eventually that's not the career that you landed on. And for some reason, it is still kind of calling out to you. And I can't blame you. I mean, there are things that we do for a living, we do for a reason, but then eventually we are still going back to our first love, to the things that we dreamt of. It's like part of us would want to do that in order to make this certain fulfillment. And that's kind of what I feel in the energy of this reading. Also, that's the reason why your spirit guides wants you or led you to see this video, because it is also a call for you to take action on those things that you may have had, resorted to put in the back burner in order for you to choose something that will help you to consistently thrive financially, to just take on certain job or jobs in order for you to survive, you and your family or whatnot. Some of you here would definitely be going to travel with teaching, travel, and then healer. I'm getting that, again, it's going to be specific. Some of you here are in the medicine field. We're in is it UNICEF or UNESCO? Something that we're in, you are going to go to different countries. You'll be part of the Red Cross or like an evacuation or emergency medical group. We're in, you would need to move from places to places. So you would definitely have a busier lifestyle. In fact, some of you may or may have not been into a relationship, right? But for those of you who are in a relationship, it's kind of tough keeping things up. That could also be something that can affect you for the most part. But definitely that's what I'm seeing here. For those of you who are going to jump right in and finding your career, you guys will be heading towards a very busy, and I mean, if you're ready for that, a very busy and a very tasking career ahead of you. Travel would definitely be something that you need to keep an eye for because you will be moving different places. You will be relocating, especially to those of you who will be in the healing section of this career reading. You do have the gift, spiritual gift of healing. Those of you who will choose to teach, that's good. But to those of you who would like to take on some action, who are okay with doing things in a more challenging way, that's something you can take on using your medical what do you call this, medical background into something wherein you are going to really join, wherein wherever the heightened situation is. I mean, I can only imagine how challenging it could be, like safe wise, your safety and protection. Nevertheless, you guys will definitely be taking on like step up, stepping up your game. For those of you who are in this field, like in this medical field, in this teaching field for quite some time, you will then resort to writing. I mean, you have thought about it for quite some time, but now you're going to pay more attention to the things you're going to write. I mean, you felt that it's about time for you to take on it, and definitely it is. With you seeing this video, your spirit guides are letting you know that it's about time for you to take on some writing stint. Write about your experiences, write about the things that makes you tick. What are the experiences that can help other people who are going to jump right into this career, or things that probably could help also those kids that you're teaching, those people whom just wanted to have a quick overview of the things that they're experiencing. It doesn't really have to be a full-on medical book, but something that could help them, like an overview really of what they can do on their end, especially if it's not really an emergency situation. Something that can make them feel healthy, make them continue to proceed in life. I mean, this medical field doesn't really have to be necessarily just focused on the physical aspect of life. This could also mean for some of you in the psychological aspect. So you guys will be writing things, and I would definitely say it's really interesting. Like for me, I'm so interested with things related to psychology. So you guys will be writing things that's related to psychology, and people would definitely be buying those books. Will definitely be buying those ebooks. They will be so interested in it, and you guys can, like, you'll be able to form your second stream of income, second, third, or whatnot. But it's going to be an additional source of income for you. Not only you're loving what you do, but you are able to be more inspired in catering to those audiences who are asking for more. So that's what I have for your career reading. To add with your plant yourself here, this is giving me the energy of stay grounded and stay present. So chances are there are things that had happened to you in the past that could definitely be affecting how you think, work wise, or in your life, like in general. So those things could definitely pull you away to somewhere. Like your mind will be wandering, and you may feel like things are not doing great because you've been, like, getting way ahead of yourself. Too much overthinking, you're becoming anxious. So this is a guide from your spirit guides to stay grounded and make sure that you're planting yourself here. Make sure that you're living the present. Those things that have happened in the past, already in the past. No matter how we want things to be fixed, or if we want those things to get fixed, but we cannot. We can no longer do anything about it. I mean, it's already past, as sad as it could be, right? And to those of you who are looking towards the future, I mean, it hasn't happened yet. So the very first thing you can do to make sure that your future is somewhat aligned to what you really want is to make sure that you're working things out here in your present, because your present is one step away going to your future. That's how I see it. Now, with the thorn, regardless of what you're going through, you guys would definitely be protected. Like there's certain boundaries wherein this people, this stuff, negative energies or whatnot would just be, I would say, kind of hard to reach you. And it will sort of, this is only the line. I mean, you will not step out from this line. Like, this is it. And from the other end of the line, you're inside like a protective shield, reminding you that your spirit guides are here, just around you, and you don't really need to fret. Like you don't really need to think a lot. Earlier I mentioned about overthinking. Some of you are doing that. So this is a clear communication that you need to also work on your communication skills. If there are things that you feel are overwhelming you, if there are things that you felt are, kind of like someone is stepping on your boundaries, and you need to make sure that you are protecting also yourself as part of you standing up for yourself. I mean, your spirit guides can only do so much, but you need to also work on some of this stuff to make things better for you. So this is the one, or this is the reading that I have for your career, my dear Scorpio rising shiners. I'll just clear off the table and I'll be back with your love readings. Just stay there. All right, welcome back to all of my rising shiners, my Scorpio collective, and this is now your love reading. And as always, if you guys are not yet familiar with your sun, moon, and rising signs, I do have a link in my description box, and you can use it. It's for free, and that will help you to determine what are your sun, moon, and rising signs. Okay. So, Mercury retrograde, if I'm not mistaken, this is something that's about to happen. I haven't checked on the calendar yet, but let's see what else we have here. Don't want to get ahead of myself. All right, so spirit guides, what transformative messages do we have for our Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs? Again, this is a collective reading, so just take how it resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay. Ooh, I think something. There you go. This one came out. Ooh, give it time. Okay, now, of course, apart from this, I am going to get some guidance, additional guidance from your spirit guides. What else do we have? Transformative messages that we have for our Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. These two would want to come out. Okay, let's give them a chance. All right, so here's what I have for you, my Scorpio rising shiners. So we got Mercury retrograde. Now, when we say Mercury retrograde, this is like, I mean, if you're into astrology, you will find that Mercury retrograde really happens so much in a year. Like, there's a lot of Mercury retrogrades occurring within a year. I think there's something that would happen within this month, or it could be like early April. Either ways, those would definitely affect, again, the cardinal sign Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer. So, what does it mean? With your love reading, it means that you need to be very open with, like, in terms of your communication, clear communication. That's something that we already have in your career reading earlier. I think I still have that card. Remember this one? Thorn. We got here clear communication, and that is confirmed by Mercury retrograde. Mercury, if you guys are not yet aware, is the ruling planet of Gemini, which is all about communications and communication skills. So, it really has something to do with you stepping up a notch when it comes to being firm, clear. I would say a bit of assertiveness in letting other people know exactly what you want, if there are any boundaries being stepped on. So those are some of the things I'm getting. You may also experience some of your electronic devices being affected by this. So your gadgets acting up, even your cars or your appliances at home, those are acting up. So basically, Mercury retrograde is also affecting those things. I mean, that's just kind of interesting, right? Also, this is your perfect time, a perfect opportunity for you to, I would say, introspect. Since you would need to have this clear communication, you would also need to check on yourself. Like, how are you in terms of whatever it is you're doing? Are you still okay? Are there things that you need to work on? Are there things that you may have missed and probably you need to go back and work on it? So, this is also a perfect opportunity for you to introspect. So, those of you who are in a relationship, if you guys have been going back and forth, push and pull, on and off type of relationship, maybe you would need to take some time off, like take a step back. If you need to take on a very quick vacation all by yourself just to clear your head, might as well do that. You're working on reviewing your boundaries and also reviewing the things that you guys had promised to one another before you jump right into this relationship. Some of the things that you may want to take on as well as part of Mercury retrograde. What I'm getting with pets is that for some of you here who are in a relationship, you guys are so excited to step up the level of the relationship you guys have. You're going to move in together, relocate or not. And those of you who are not yet ready to have kids, you guys are going to welcome pet or pets in your life, and these pet or these pets will definitely be part of your growing family. They will help you to be more grounded, like what we have in your card earlier, grounded, be more compassionate, and to also instill that sense of deep responsibility, because having a pet is just like having a kid. It's a full on responsibility. You need to take care of them, you need to clean them, you need to make sure that they're fed right, you need to make sure that they're not sick, because if they're sick, you know, it's going to be stressful on your end as well. So that's what I'm getting with pets. You'll be getting more unconditional love, and I'm telling you, it's true. I do have a lot of cats. I mean, it's a lot of work, yeah, but it's also another a lot of source of happiness for me as well. Give it time. For those of you who are starting on getting to know someone and planning to get serious, your spirit guides are reaching out to you and letting you know that don't don't just jump right in and let them know that I'm okay. Yeah, let's go and take this to the next level. You need to give it some time, because there are things that may or may not be fully clear to you right now in this moment. That's why we also have Mercury retrograde. This will be applicable to you as well. You need to take some time to introspect what really it is that you want, and why do you want to be in a relationship, what's in it for you, like not just short term but long term. That's how you need to see it, because being in a relationship is also a responsibility, not just you, but it should be like a give and take, and 1 + 1 = 2. So it's both of you that should have this full clear understanding of what relationship is all about. Your what are the consequences you guys will be facing, what are your responsibilities, what are your expectations from one another, if there is any, what are the things that you don't and you like. So also goes hand in hand. It's not just like you. It should be me and you kind of thing. So there will be like us. All right. So give it some time. Everything happens for a reason. So don't be so excited and jump right in and say yes and say, yeah, okay, come on, let's move in together. No. There are a lot of things that's being done in hastily decision, being done in a very impulsive way that you can regret at the end. And that's what your spirit guides don't want you to experience. That's why you are seeing this message right now. Flamingo spirit, I'm getting here, the embrace in the between. You guys have been having some problems or challenges when it comes to reading between the lines. It's kind of everything. I mean, it feels like things are kind of blurry for you. It seems like you need to really get down to the message if it's yes or no, because there are people like around you are trying to, I wouldn't say mind playing or doing some mind playing tricks on you, but yeah, it could happen. There are things that they're saying, but that's really not what they intended you to know. There are things that they're doing, but it's not really exactly what they want to do. So basically, it's embraced in between is you learning to find out what's the underlier. So that's where again the clear communication will be coming in. If you guys are having some trouble understanding what's happening, by all means, talk it out. Ask them, right? Let them explain themselves. If you need to probe, go ahead. I mean, you don't really need to act like an investigator, but it's your way to make things clear for both of you, for the entire party that's involved. With the wombat spirit, I'm getting here be at home. Some of you definitely are working in a work from home setup, but I would say that your spirit guides got this message because they want you to be comfortable within yourself. You have had a lot of insecurities. That's the energy that I'm getting also with your career reading. That's why some of you would like to do something that's exciting. It's your way of coping with insecurities by dealing with something exciting. Your mind is being distracted. Therefore, it's like giving yourself a sense of not really belongingness, but you're making yourself feel like, hey, I was able to do this. See, I'm great. Something to that effect. Be at home is more of you accepting yourself, like your full self, your light, your darkness, your in between. Those things that you find to be mediocre, those things that you find to be awful about yourself, those things that you find to be very great, you need to accept all of those. It's the totality of who you are. Therefore, working towards that greater purpose and you being able to do things in a more spontaneous and also in a more flexible way, wherein you don't feel like pressured, you don't feel like things are work, and it will make you feel that everything is just so flowy. Being at home not only means like you're working from home or you wanted to just stay at home. Some of you really here are home buddies, but it really is more on being comfortable with your own skin and being able to talk about you in a good way. I mean, there's a lot of us here are talking about ourselves in a nasty way. I mean, we can't do that to other people, but we sure are 100% doing that to ourselves. So your spirit guides would like you to know, be kinder to yourself more. That's what I'm getting with Be at Home. Although this is a love reading, but again, love reading is not just about you and a partner, in a relationship. You are also in a relationship with yourself. So this is basically an empowering, transformative reading. You need to take some time to understand what self-love means and what it really does to your life. So that's the reading I got for you, my Scorpio rising shiners, for your love reading. I'll be back in a bit and we will be starting with your life reading. See you in a bit. All right, welcome back to our Scorpio rising shiners, and this is now your life reading. We are going to do some tarot cards. Oh, wow, that one really got wow. Okay, so we're going to use some tarot cards in order to get that confirmed reading or confirmed messages. Wow. Okay, your cards are just jumping right off, and so far I'm really having a good. I'm loving these two cards for you, my Scorpio rising shiners. Let's see what else we got here. So, spirit guides, what transformative messages? Okay, this one came out. Transformative messages do we have for our Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs? Let's just make sure that you guys are seeing it well. Okay. All right. And of course, I'm going to get some cards to clarify it. So, again, for those of you who made it this far, to help me grow the community, and I mean it, to help me grow the community. I do have great plans for this community, by the way. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. That way, you're helping me, of course, to grow our community. And at the same time, this is my way also of creating more inspiring and empowering messages such as this. And I meant to do it in a longer run as long as I'm getting your love and support, guys, of course. It's much better to get the love and support of the community. It's more empowering on my end as well. Ooh, that did some 360 flip over there. Wow. I don't know what's with you, my Scorpio rising shiners, but definitely your cards are giving me great vibes so far. So, what other confirming the transformative messages do we have for our. Okay, there you have it. All right, let me just put these cards here. So here's what we got for you, my Scorpio rising shiners. Let's start with these two. I got these two lovely cards. We have the Ten of Cups, which I mistakenly said Two of Cups before in my reading. So we got the Ten of Cups and we got the Devil in reverse. Now, what I'm getting here for you guys is that you definitely are driven towards this goal, this certain goal that you would like to have, this completeness. wherein you are with someone you love, someone who cares for you. You are able to create a family together with them. Not only that, for those of you who are not really looking towards getting a family vibe, but being with someone that truly loves you for who you are and you loving them back as well, and feeling that unconditional love overall, being like you are so not competing. I'm trying to find out words. You are complementing one another. It's like giving the best vibe that you guys could ever ask for. There's fairness, there's harmony, there's really that loving growth type of relationship that you guys have. Combine it with the devil in reverse, I would say that you're a very humble person, and you don't really intend to overshadow whoever it is with you, whether it's your partner, family members, or part of the group. You definitely have this compassion within you, and you are just loving whatever the emotion is giving you. You do have this keen sense of what's the word that I'm looking for, of treating everyone around you as family, regardless of their friends, regardless of their acquaintance or colleagues. You guys really have that mindset. You're eyeing for a total happiness. That's what I'm getting. Ten of Cups is also a signal of you wanting to have this completeness when it comes to your career, your business, your life in general. And with the devil card in reverse, I would say that you are someone who's very emotionally stable when it comes to dealing with things. Though you may not be very outspoken about it, but deep down within you, you know that there are things that could manipulate you, and you don't really are. I mean, you're not a fan of it. That there are things that you feel like will be manipulating you in the long run. You would know for a fact. Like, you would just know it. Your intuition would kick in right from the get go. And I also love that this devil spirit, or the devil card is in reverse, because it's giving me the vibe that your energy is more on you are in tune with the things around you. So not only you know what are the things that can manipulate you, but also the things that can control you. Although at first, I mean, although before rather, you do have, that's like part of your challenges. You're very easily manipulated, and with you learning those things, you're now able to discern what are those that will be good for you, and those stuff that you just need to let go of. Therefore, you do have this better perspective when it comes to dealing with things in your life. And I do love that for you, my Scorpio rising shiners. With these two cards showing up, this is so lovely. We got here, what a combination. We got Four of Wands and then Nine of Cups. Oh my. To those of you, again, it's going to be very specific. To those of you who are currently experiencing some blissful moment or moments in your life, this is you. You're being celebrated. You feel that belongingness. It's like you finally found a person. You finally found a group. You finally found a life. Like, this is the life you've been aiming for. You are overflowing with happiness. You're celebrating. You're being celebrated. There's just a lot of things that's working in the background. Like, you're being more inspired, and you being inspired is just everything just keeps on flowing, and it's adding up to your momentum. You're being progressive. That's what you like to take on action. And also the reason why I saw in your career reading you would like to take on challenging roles, because you're just ready. You are so, I would say, confident. Not full of themselves, but you're confident. You're loving it, and there's like blissful, like peaceful happiness. I can say, I wouldn't say contented. It doesn't really came out, but definitely you found this happiness. To those of you who just recently relocated, you're more happier in this place where you're at right now. It feels like everything is happening based on not really how you would like it to be, but there are also some surprises that's happening here and there. It's like things are more aligned. You don't feel pressure. You don't feel like things are being pushed, in order for it to happen. More, it's more of things are flowy, and they're just loving it more. Those of you, I'm also, since we got some, decorative flowers here, this is giving me the vibe of, this is like the church. You're walking down the aisle. So some of you here will either be getting an engagement, a proposal, celebration, marriage, right? This is definitely great. Some of you who've been like, who will be relocating, you will be closer to your family. So there's like homecoming happening. You'll be closer to your folks, those people you considered family. That's what I'm getting here as well. Basically, with Four of Wands showing here, you got four pillars. This is showcasing stability. And whatever it is that you found in your life right now, whether it's career or business, it is giving you that stability in your life, wherein you're able to get more of what you ask for. You're able to get the wish. There's like wish fulfillment happening here. We even have the 10 of Cups, and then you got the 9 of Cups. So definitely, you guys are just in a blissful moment in your life wherever you are at right now. You're able to land that job, to get that promotion, to finally marry that love of your life, to get that dream vacation. And there's just a lot of things happening here, I would say. But more so, it's really giving you that stability, both mind and body. And you cannot have soul, right? Everything is just falling into right places, and you feel that you can never be more happier wherever you are or yeah, wherever you are at in this stage of your life right now. For some of you here, although things are moving upward, I am loving that you guys are staying more grounded. Right? And remember the grounded card that we have in your career reading is giving me the vibe that you know what are the things that can eat you up materialistically if you let all of these wonderful things, wonderful blessings get into your head, which is so fantastic, I would say. You guys know your worth and you control whatever it is that you can control in order for you to not be manipulated and controlled by those materialistic things. I don't know, but it really felt so happy doing your reading. That's the energy that I'm getting here. You guys are in a very peaceful state of your life right now, and you tend to keep it as long as you can. Now, we got here reverse seven of wands. Let me make this visible. Seven of wands and also the hierophant. You guys keep on making things better for you in terms of education. You are doing things, upskilling yourself, following protocols, following rules. You just don't want to break them. So basically, you're a very rule structured and protocol driven type of person. There are things you wouldn't do that's against the law. There are things you wouldn't do that's against the protocol. You definitely are working to whatever it is, whatever are the rules and regulations. So you feel like you being able to do that is going to help you reach better goals. And you are really not fan of those people who are lying, who are making secrets. So that's what I'm getting here. You've been in that situation before. You're trying. I mean, you had several imposter syndrome moment, and you know that it's not going to do you good. So that's the reason why you embrace the thought of making yourself enrich with knowledge, with skills that you can bank on. And that's why I felt the confidence here. That's also the reason why you're able to be confidently able to move and reach more your goals or whatnot. I'm also getting that there are things you regretted before. That's why you no longer don't want to come back to that part or to that path. So you're able to make amends for those wrongdoings, which is confirmed by the Hierophant, which I truly like because this also goes hand in hand with the Devil in reverse. It's like a totally changed person. That's the transformative messages that we got here. It's confirming that you are now a changed person. You are no longer your old self. Wow. Such an empowering and amazing message, my dear Scorpio rising shiners. I am loving this for you. If your transformative messages is that you learned things in life and you take it off. So we're going to continue. So you took all those learnings in your heart and you really like take all the learning seriously with Hierophant in here. So that's the reason why you stick with the goals. I mean, you stick with the rules and regulations because you don't want to do things, you don't want to mess things up any longer. That's why we got the Seven of Swords in reverse. You have now this conscience and you don't want to regret things any longer. That's why I really have this blissful energy coming out with the combination of Four of Wands and Knight of Cups coming in here and confirmed by your Devil card in reverse. Wonderful reading, transformative message that your spirit guides has for you. This is so amazing. And before, of course, we move any further, we are going to get some card. And no, we got here a card. I clear my energy field. So on point. You were able to do that. Whatever it is you did before, you were able to clear your energy field. That's why you were able to see through the lies, to see through the control, manipulations, to see through the things that truly matter. And because of that, you became more stable within yourself. If not, this is a confirmation that you would definitely be stable within yourself. Thus, you will feel confident. You will feel like things are being aligned, like things are overflowing. You will feel more happier, much happier. Happier, in fact, what happened? Much happier. Because finally you were able to discern and see through all the lies. And of course you have fair share of regrets. You don't want to do those things anymore. That's why you finally made up your mind and changed your perspective. Now not only you're clearing your path, your energy field, but it's more like clearing your conscience to those things you did before, and you're trying to make amends to it in order for you to face continuously, like to face your present and your future in a more righteous way. That's what I'm getting here. All right. Now let's get any additional guidance or messages. We got these two. Time the messages. Wow. We got here. Next full moon. Something is about to happen 48. So that could, you know, that could mean something to you. It could be your age or it could be your favorite number 48. Next full moon and next new moon. Wow, we got 48 and 49. Those two are just after each other. So you guys will definitely be seeing something more transformative energy by the next full moon and after that, the next new moon. So just stay tuned to what are those changes. Again, this is a timeless reading. So it could be the next full moon from the time you're watching this or the next new moon for the time you're watching this. Let's see what are the final messages that we got from your spirit guides. I'll be using your tea leaf card. Let me just shuffle all of this so we can get that messages. This one wants to come out. Financial pinch. Those of you who are experiencing that, I would say. So you need to make sure that you are not really mastering. It's more of you handling your finances well, your investments. If you need to save, save. If there's something you need to purchase in order for you to start a business, that could be a financial pinch, but it's worth it. Bowl, plenty of material things. See, you are definitely getting that. It's confirmed by your tarot cards earlier. And a kangaroo. And settled times need to plan ahead, of course, in order for you to avoid this financial pinch. These are the things that I got for you. These are your reading. For your love, life, and career reading, my Scorpio Rising Shiners. If you made it this far, thank you so much for staying with me, a girl, her cats in the world. And if you would like to claim this message, this energy reading, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. That way, you are not only helping me to grow this community, but you're also helping me to create more content like this, which is meant to inspire and empower other rising shiners such as you. And of course, if you're feeling more generous, don't forget to click on the notification bell so you will be notified as to when I'm going to post my next video. With that, I'm sending you lots of love and light and going your way. Thank you so much again, and I'll be seeing you all in my next reading. Bye for now.